Hello everyone and welcome to EduTab. In this video, we are going to talk about the strategy that we can use for revision of our syllabus, be it for the APFC examination that we all are talking about or any other examination that you are preparing for. But before starting with the video, I would like to again remind you about this brilliant guidebook that has been prepared by our team at EduTab for all the aspirants who are aspiring for the APFC examination. If you want to know any of your queries answer for this particular examination, you can go ahead and download this guidebook absolutely free of cost from the description box given below. If you go to the description box down there, you can see a link. Click on that link and you can download this guidebook in the soft book form, and there you can find the answers for all your queries regarding the APFC examination. What is the syllabus for the exam? What is the pattern of the exam? What has been the previous year's cutoffs for this particular exam? And the most important of all, what are the questions which have been asked in the previous years in this exam? Questions along with their answers. So as we all know that PYQs and their answers, they are a very important part for the analysis of this particular examination or any other examination. So if you are thinking about preparing for this particular examination, I would recommend please do download this guidebook. This is gonna be a very brilliant change in your preparation schedule and will guide your preparation in the right direction, right? So enough about this brilliant book, but now let us talk about the topic of this particular video, that is how can we revise. So the revision strategy that I'm going to talk about is actually a two-part strategy. But before that, let me bring in a caveat that many aspirants, different aspirants, depending upon their own aptitude, depending upon their own time schedule and their time availability, they have their own different revision schedules. No revision schedule, I would say, is better than the other. It all depends on your own preparation style. But yes, some revision strategies, they are applicable to most of us aspirants. So this revision strategy that I'm talking about is a time tested strategy. We have used this strategy, we have recommended this strategy to many of the aspirants who have been preparing for other examinations, and all of them, they have benefited from this particular strategy. So what is this strategy? This strategy contains two parts. The part one is actually known as a 5-2 plan or a 6-1 plan. In this plan, what we do is we allocate our revision schedule in our own preparation schedule. The time management schedule or the weekly plan that we prepare, in that weekly plan only, we allocate 2 days at the weekend or 1 day at the weekend for the revision of that component that we have already covered in the weekdays. So the revision days, they are part of your weekly schedule. So whenever you're going to prepare your time management plan or your preparation schedule, every week, Monday till Friday or Monday till Saturday, you read about a new component, you cover a new component. Then the remaining 1 or 2 days, you allocate those days entirely to your revision of that component which you have prepared, right? So you allocate 1 or 2 days at the weekend for revision. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, these 5 days you are going to be, for example, let us say you are going to be reading about accounts. And then Saturday, Sunday, you're going to be revising all those things that you have read in the previous 5 days regarding accounts. Okay. So first 5 days, you are going to be covering a new component. Be very much careful. This is a new component. If you have already read, let us say, Indian polity, or you already have a good grasp over the Indian economy subject, and you are covering this subject again in the 5 days. So now the next 2 days or 1 day that you have remaining in your weekend, in those days, it is not necessary that you devote those entire revision days to the subject that you have already covered. But if you are covering a new component, you have, let us say, not read about Indian history, you do not have a good grasp over Indian modern history, but you want to cover Indian modern history, and you have read about the Indian modern history chapters in the first 5 days, then the next 2 days, you have to revise Indian modern history again. Right? So this is the part one of your plan. Because of this plan, because of this part one, whatever new subject you are reading, all those subjects you will be revising simultaneously in your weekly schedule. Okay. So now I hope this part one is clear. Then comes your part two. What is part two? In part two, what we are going to do is we are going to do daily revision. In this daily revision part, whenever you complete one subject, let us say Indian modern history, you are covering that modern history weekly. In the weekends, you are revising modern history. Let us say after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, your entire modern history syllabus is complete. And now you pick up another subject. Let us say industrial relations and labor laws. Now you are reading industrial relations and labor laws. But now what you have to do in the daily schedule, in the daily reading that you do in the daily 5 hours, 6 hours or 3 hours, whatever you devote to your preparation, at least 1 hour you should give for the previous subjects that you have covered. right? So allocate 1 hour daily to the revision of already covered components. So now let us suppose you have covered 2, 3, 4 components. You have covered Indian culture, you have covered Indian modern history, you have covered Indian economy, you have also covered accounts. Now you are picking up the 5th subject, that is, let us say, social security schemes. Now you are learning about social security schemes, but every day at least 1 hour you should devote to Indian modern history, next day Indian culture, next day accounts, next day Indian economy. I hope this example is clear. So as your preparation progresses, as your time management plan progresses, each and every day your revision part of the day will increase. So incremental revision will be happening every day. So be very careful about that. The weekend you have to allocate for that component that you have read in the previous week. But every day you have to revise, at least you have to give 1 hour to the subjects you have already covered. Because if we do not do that, let us say I have started my preparation with Indian history, but by the time my whole syllabus is complete, let us say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, after that much time, if you again start reading about Indian history, there is a very great chance that most of the Indian history syllabus that you have learned, that syllabus has already left your mind. Now your mind is again a fresher as in respect of the Indian history component. So be very careful about that. We have to make sure that our revision is simultaneous, our revision is concurrent and consistent. So whatever subject you are covering in that week, revise on weekend, and whatever subjects you have already completed, those subjects should be revised daily. At least 1 hour you should give them. Okay. Some important things that you have to keep in mind. These are the last things, that you do not use books for revision. Many students say that how can we revise the entire subject in 1 hour daily revision that I'm talking about. How can we revise the things that we have read in previous 5 days in the next 2 days? How can we do that? We have to read the entire books again. No, you do not need to read the entire books. You read the books for the first time when you cover the subject. But when you start revision, you do it with your notes. Okay, so notes are your revision notes basically. So that means whenever you are reading a fresh subject, simultaneously when you are reading the books, you are reading about some new component that you had no idea about earlier, you will make sure that you are making your notes simultaneously. You have your fresh register. In that register, whatever things you are reading from the book, you are jotting down the important points in your notebook. Yeah, in your notes. So whenever you find something, some important topic that you think that you might not be able to retain it later, you make sure that it is covered in your revision books. Okay, so be very, very sure that you revise not from your books, your textbooks, your reference books. You revise from your reference notes. And if you are in a habit of not making your notes, then your revision is going to be much more cumbersome. Right? So if you want that your revision should be smooth, it should not be troublesome for you, it should not again be causing much havoc in your preparation schedule, be very much sure that you are making your own revision notes while covering a fresh subject, and those revision notes will be the go-to material before revision, and even before the examination. When you go into the turbo mode for preparation, you revise from your notes only. You do not go again back to your books. Okay, and one more thing, at least every subject has to be revised 3 times before going to the examination. So develop or devise your schedule or your management plan, your preparation plan accordingly, that you have ample time to at least revise every subject 3 times before you go to the examination. It is very important, because all the toppers who have cracked various examinations, who have talked to us about their preparation strategy, one thing that they are very sure about is that revision is very, very important, and along with revision you have to also attempt your mock test. You have to practice a lot. So practice and revision, these are the 2 keys. Covering a syllabus is not that big a deal. Every student can complete the syllabus if he has an ample amount of time. But if you cannot revise, if you cannot practice mock tests, then the chances of success are very low in your examination. So these are the points that I had to tell you about your revision strategy. Again, if you want all your queries regarding APFC examination answered, we are conducting live workshops for you guys. Very limited seats are available in this workshop, and in this workshop we make sure that we provide you with a 6-step formula through which you can dominate the examination. Not only do well in the examination, but dominate it. You can see your name in the topmost rankers of that particular examination. Obviously, for that you will have to work hard, but we can guide you in the right direction, and that guidance is provided in this particular workshop. Go to the description box given below. You will find a link where you can register yourself for this workshop, and as you register, we will get back to you. We will provide you with a link and time for the workshop, and then you can attend this workshop, and we make sure that no queries go unanswered in our workshop. Every query is answered sincerely, diligently. So if you are trying or if you are thinking about this particular examination, make sure to attend our workshop. It is absolutely free of cost. No cost is charged by us. It is just there to make sure that all the aspirants who are devoting their time, devoting their energy for this examination, they do not waste it and they channel it in the right direction. Along with this, we have also launched courses for the APFC examination. There is a master pack, there is a test series plus course as well as a test series course. In the master pack, all the components are covered with video lectures and notes and even their quizzes. In the test series plus course, we provide you with a test series, and along with that, we provide you with the video lectures and handouts for some subjects like accounts and industrial relations and labor laws. All these subjects, they are not really covered by various general studies components provided by different institutions or available freely online, right? Along with this, there's a test series course also. If you think you have already covered the syllabus and just want to practice your mocks, then we have this test series course also. You can go to the description box. You can find the links there where you can check out the demo courses for all these three different courses. The demo lectures, demo notes are available there, and then you can go there and gauge whether you want to avail our courses or not, whether these courses will be suitable for you or not. So this is all I had to tell you in this particular video. If you did enjoy this video, please like this and share amongst your fellow subscribers and your aspirants, so that more and more people can gain by the knowledge that we have to share. So keep on reading, keep on studying. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.